The following podcast is dedicated to sonic excellence.
Fun with Sounds Donk.
Hello and welcome to the Parp Donk podcast, a beginner's guide to sound design. Come on, let's have some fun.
Episode 15, Ambience, brought to you by the Rain Ambience.
Hello. Oh, that's better. Right?
Excellent. Oh, that's beautiful.
Now I hear
Wow.
you, Jim. Yeah,
Oh, we're back. We're live. Daniel Steele. No.
Wow, that's dated.
No, I'm thinking, who's the FM? Daniel Steele's the writer, right?
Daniel Steele's the writer.
Steele.
Allison Steele,
that's
the
right.
night bird.
The Nightbird, Allison Steele. Right. Hello and welcome to the Parp Donk podcast. This is
Episode 15.
all about
Ambience.
ambience, or as Karen would say,
Ambiance.
yeah, but
That's not right.
I'm Jim.
I'm John,
I'm Amanda.
I'm Karen.
and we're Parp Donk.
Yeah, we're the Parpers. Pippin is also here. He is sitting on my lap today.
Yep.
So if you hear the little, rattling sound of him shaking his harness, that is him.
Yeah, Jim, why don't you get up and walk around?
yeah.
Sometimes when Jim walks around, Pippin barks.
Or
and,
growls.
Yeah, something with me, but
It's the mighty Pippin taking on Big Jim, right?
Big Jim.
But that is all part of the
Big Jim.
ambience or ambiance of the podcast. And that's what we're here to talk about today.
Right. In the Big Book of Audio, they define ambience as in sound in audio production, ambience or ambient sound refers to the continuous, subtle background noise that establishes the atmosphere or feel of a specific location. It provides realism by filling sonic voids and is entirely separate from explicit, plot-driven sound effects.
That's
Okay.
such a succinct definition.
So we're done.
Yeah, good
That's
night,
it.
everyone.
Yeah, we're done.
I am really looking forward to expounding on this because a lot of people don't know that ambience even exists. They just assume that whatever's going on in the background sound-wise of whatever they're seeing is what they're hearing. But that's completely untrue. And it's almost never like that, in fact. Why do we need it? Why is ambience so important? Why can't we just roll the film?
Well, especially in film, they try to capture the audio as clean as possible and the shoots. So
Right.
someone has to go back, the sound designer, and fill in all the sound.
Well, yeah,
right.
There's different aspects to this. Ambience is something that's created. It's usually created for the final mix, and it's the glue. It's the glue that holds all the different dialogue together. But that's different from what we would call a fill. Fill is what makes the dialogue sound like it's in the same space where it was recorded. When you edit dialogue in a film and a television show, you're really trying to edit it right up to where the words begin and the words end. That gives you the opportunity to move the dialogue around within the scene. Okay, because when you overlap in the performance, you're going to have problems later on because you're going to have that slight bit of dialogue from the previous line. Mm-hmm. What you're looking to do is, if you're going to overlap, you want to be able to move the two pieces of audio together so that they overlap.
Yeah.
Right.
In the right
but
way.
Still keeping that emotion going.
Then how does ambience fit in underneath there?
Well, ambience fits in because when you cut the dialogue really to the very beginning and the very end of a line, there's going to be gaps. So if it's not overlapping, you're going to have a gap from when one person's line ends and the next one begins.
And it could be
and it goes
2 seconds, it could be half a second. Yeah,
exactly. And it goes, at that point, it goes to absolute silence.
Right, which wouldn't sound right.
Just doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like the room that you were talking in.
Is it like the sonic void, too? Does that have anything to do with that?
The sonic void.
Yeah, that was part of the
I like that.
definition that we read. I think that's a great name for a band.
Yeah.
But sonic void, is that, there's obviously no sound? Is that part of it?
The sonic void. Yeah.
Sonic void.
Yes.
I think probably the sonic void is what you don't want.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I would think.
If you have no sound, humans don't like that.
Right.
So it needs to be some sound.
Yeah.
And that's where ambience comes in.
Right. Yep. And the age-old correction for this was what you call room tone.
Right.
Right. So you're finished at the end of the day. You've been working all day and you've been getting scenes and stuff. And then at the end of the day, the sound guy goes, "Oh, could I have everybody's attention? Everybody has to be completely quiet right now. I'm going to get like 2 minutes of room tone." Well, 2 minutes you're never going to get. You can hope for 30 seconds, maybe.
Right.
But the gaffers want to go home. The grips all want to get out of there. And
Right. No one wants to sit around for room tone.
Yeah, right. It's like that's a wrap. The minute they hear that, clocks start to, and you hear
Hold
lights.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah, exactly. You're the guy who brings everybody down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you record this room tone for 30 seconds. And then you send that off to the dialogue editor, and the dialogue editor tries to put it in between the different, and it doesn't fit, and it doesn't sound right because you're standing there in a particular place in the room, and this dialogue has been taking place in all these other parts of the room. So when you're looking to fill the gaps, and which we call fill, what you're going to do is you're going to try to get some either before action or after, and it's really hard to get it after because everybody moves on to the next scene immediately. But there's this whole sequence. He's going to say speed, right? Which means you're up, and it goes back to tape. It goes back to you were up to speed with the tape recorder. Nowadays, you just say speed, and it means I'm recording. And then it goes through a progression of different people all saying, camera 1 ready, camera 2 ready, filming, blah, blah, blah. And you're eventually going to get to a slight pause, and then the director's going to say, action. And then the scene actually begins. Now, between that last point where everybody's getting ready to work on this thing, it's going to be really quiet. So there's going to be a pause between the last person and the action. And that's where you should get your fill from.
Ooh.
And so it can be that short?
It can, yeah. And if it's clean, and that should be clean.
You can loop it.
If somebody does that,
then it's completely
then you're going to be
unusable.
You're going to be shot. Yeah.
But I guess that makes sense. I mean, you don't really need much more than that second or so. Yeah.
And you loop it.
You loop it.
And you put crossfades in it, and you smooth it out. And now they have plugins that can help you with that. The RX isotope stuff. It allows you to sample that one section, and then it'll recreate. It resynthesizes and it works sometimes. When it works really well, and when it doesn't work, it's horrible. But
like so many things.
Yeah, right.
But so this is Phil.
So
and that's
Phil.
very important to know.
That's Phil. Room tone is the one where you kind of go room tone. I gotta get some room tone.
And so you can't just have the empty room, because the room sounds totally different if it had bodies in it than if it's
also
totally
from
empty.
the different perspectives.
Right. So there's two kind of basic aspects of the sound of the space, like fluorescent lights or like a crowd or wherever you are, and then the spatial characteristics, like how the walls.
That was Pippin, not me, by the way.
Yeah. Are the walls metal? Or
smell hot dogs.
Yeah. Are the walls metal? Is it a huge room? Is it? There's the whole spatial characteristic of it.
Yeah. And also,
which is your kind of saying.
What you're bringing up too, with things like if there's a waterfall.
Yeah.
Right.
If there's trains in the background, you're trying to get in production. You're trying to get rid of all that stuff. Right. That's why we use shotgun mics.
Yep.
Because the shotgun mic is highly, highly focused, and you're really just trying to point it right at the lips of the actor, whoever's talking.
Right.
And then you've got a bunch of lavaliers that are present in the room, and they'll add to the ambiance of the room.
There it is again.
and ADR too.
And then you're going to have ADR at some point. ADR. You want to explain ADR?
Yeah, so it's when they go back and the scene's already shot and they're going to replace the dialogue in the studio with the actor, and he lip synced right to his lips from the shot, basically.
Yeah.
Automated dialogue replacement.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then that's a skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real skill.
Because people who are good at that, they can come in and do it 1 or 2 takes.
Yep.
People who are bad at it, you'd be there all day. And there's actually software for that too, that you queue up the scene or the line or whatever, and it'll count down and give beeps. So once you hear that as the actor, you get used to the pacing and you can try to hit it exactly right.
Yeah, it's 3 beeps a second apart.
I mean, as John, I'm sure you've done it. I've done it many times where you actually have to go through and take the ADR and just physically each word, like move it, and get it to get the sync right because people perceive sync really well, and even if it's a little bit off, it's troubling.
If it's more than 2 frames off, right?
Yeah,
you immediately notice it.
Yeah, like what's.
So when you have the ADR already, is the ambiance already?
No,
finished?
No. The when you bring somebody into a totally dead studio to replace stuff that was shot on the set,
the dialogue.
Yep. You're going to have to replace the sound behind it.
I see.
To make it match with the other stuff. And the first thing you do is you try to find the microphone that it was recorded on. You mic it from across the room, about where the boom would have been going back and forth.
Okay.
To try to get that same sense of distance from the microphone.
Right, because matching mics can be
horrible.
Yeah. So even
matching dialogue could be horrible too.
that is hard. Yeah. So sometimes, so these mics, you wouldn't use these. That's why I have lavs and shotguns.
Right.
Just for that, because it just gets you that much closer to matching the original shoot. Yeah. And then when you do the ADR, they'll do like 3 or 4, words or lines of them, depending on how good they are. Some of it can be good, and some of it might not be that good, and that's when you keep some and start going in. And,
this is where the loop record feature of Pro Tools comes in really handy.
Or
because you set up your loop so that it includes the beeps, and then you're going to have beep, beep, beep. Mary, don't do it, right?
Yeah.
and then the thing just loops again. Beep, beep.
And then you end up with
and you do like 3 or 4 of those, and then you see how close you get to it. And then if you didn't get it, then you do like 3 or 4 more until you finally get one, and you push that up into the final track. And that's going to be your ADR.
Yeah.
So you've got this room fill that you then have to kind of match into that to make it sound like it's all happening in the same place. And then you put it on a separate track and you EQ it slightly differently so that it even matches closer. And so that's where you end up with like hundreds and hundreds of tracks in a film.
It does sound fun.
It's crazy. So when we're talking room tone, let's follow back now and back to room tone. Room tone, if you're going to take room tone that actually represents the scene. So you don't want the original waterfall that you're hearing in the background behind the dialogue, but walk around and take sound samples of different parts of the environment. So the waterfall, or the trains or the traffic, get some traffic right from the scene if you're trying to match.
And it sounds like that happens more often than not, that the scene ambience should match.
Sometimes, except that ambience is also there to help tell the story.
Right.
You can take the same scene and you can put wind, like cold, wintry wind into it and make it sound desolate and lonely and dark. Or you can take bright city traffic, and beep, 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 and, and totally change the mood of the picture.
Right.
So it becomes more of a sound design thing.
Right. So if you have like a scene in the park and you see an actor in the park, there could be kids playing on the right, or there could be fire trucks and people arguing, and that changes the mood.
Sure. And you don't ever have to see the kids or the fire trucks. Yeah.
Right.
And it's important that you don't, I guess.
So you can really set the mood with it too.
Yeah.
So
I'm really fascinated by that, and I think that most people don't notice ever, that the thing is different, but they will like it more if it's true to what it is. For example, like if you're shooting something in Chicago and you have to pretend that it's in Tokyo, obviously you're changing all of the street signs and stuff to make it look like Tokyo, but it has to also sound like Tokyo in the background, So like if you reconstruct an entire Japanese street scene out of your sound effects and your field recordings and stuff, that's very masterful.
Which is why we have, reams and reams and reams of ambience. There's websites that you can go to that is nothing but ambient.
Yeah.
Right.
But not just cities, and environments, but also time periods.
Sure. Oh,
In
absolutely.
the 1800s, you're not going to hear the Tesla, so, there's also
You won't
very
get the Tesla anyway.
You might meet Tesla himself.
Yeah, well, you might meet the real Tesla. Yeah.
But I just think that even if it's something as subtle as, we shot this at 3 p.m., but it's supposed to be 7 a.m., like the sound of the morning
Right.
would be different.
Yeah.
Different birds.
Different
And
birds,
you
different-
learn a lot, Like I think we talked about birds before. I like using birds a lot because they do paint pictures of different places and different times too. So they're very, it's good to know your birds.
And it's getting towards the end of the day, and you start to hear crickets, and you start to hear frogs,
Yeah.
and you start to hear
There they are.
the little peepers, right? And that's going to change how things sound too. That's going to change the mood.
Yep.
And then there's going to be things that tell us where we are. So these are layered effects.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about hard effects,
That was going to be my next question because I just learned this vocabulary word of hard effects versus ambience.
Hard effects are effects that you can't Foley, but that relate to something that you actually see on screen
Right. A real
taking place. So
item.
The ambulance or the fire truck goes by. That has to be a hard effect.
Correct.
Because you see it.
Yeah,
Right.
because you see it. Now, there's other effects like that, though, that are more ambient, that help to define the ambience. And that's layering.
Right,
That's
so you have
layering.
more than you see one fire truck, but you could hear other fire trucks and
trucks,
emergency
yeah.
vehicles, so you know it's something big's happening.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's also how you make it the illusion.
Right.
When you've got the budget that says we can afford to rent one fire truck.
Yeah.
Right? But you want a lot of other fire trucks all around in the background and stuff, right? And people rushing back and forth and stuff. And that's all layered into the ambience that you've set up. And that becomes a choice. Those are all choices to how crowded is it? How many, is it 5-alarm fire? Is it, more than one fire
That's
engine?
great. So if you're listening, make sure next time you have SVU on or Chicago Fire, one of those shows, pay attention to the sound.
Because,
it's really important.
because it's all made up. That's what most people don't realize. It's
Really?
Is that the business we're in? So are you supposed to do this in any particular order when you're layering all this sound in? So you have the hard effect of the ambulance, and you want to have more sound in the back to make up the ambience.
I like to start
Is
with
there
the
an
dialogue.
order?
Yeah, well, you're gonna have the production audio is going to be first.
Yeah.
And you're going to put together your dialogue edit. But while the dialogue editor is working on that, if it's a big enough production, you're going to have a separate dialogue editor.
Yeah.
While that person is working on that, the sound effects people start to collect their assets. They go out and either find in sound effect libraries things that will help to create the illusion, or in Tom Clark's world, you actually take your Nagra tape recorder and go out and try to record it.
Right.
I mean, again, this goes back to we're going to create a world.
Yep.
We now have these. What's the name of that company? Sound.
Which one?
They compete with Nagra.
And sound devices.
Sound devices. That's it.
Yeah.
Sound devices.
It's not very memorable.
Which I know. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Sorry, sound
No
devices.
wonder I forgot it.
Well, they make great stuff. As a matter of fact, I have a sound devices Mix Pre 6, and that was on the Artemis mission,
Wow.
which sound devices didn't even know. And somebody on Facebook, because an astronaut was talking, and a sound device
recognized it.
was behind them, and they're using it for a mic preamp for something.
Wow.
And they're like, wow, a sound device Mix Pre 6 made it on the Artemis.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That company can trade on that.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, really.
Next 100 years.
I want one now.
Yeah, right.
They're good.
No, those are good,
They
yeah.
sound awesome. The mic pre's in it.
Yeah, I have the Zoom. The 6-in.
Yeah, no, those are cool too.
Yeah,
But
they're cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you pay for the build and the preamps and stuff.
But there's people who have these carts, and you've got a bunch of microphones that are all plugged into this thing, and you can wheel the thing around to different locations and actually get immersive recordings that put you in that space.
Sounds like so much fun.
Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I know.
Yeah.
I would love to go on one of those. Right?
Yeah.
So basically, a soundtrack has dialogue, music, sound effects, Foley, and ambience.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all you need,
Pretty
right?
much.
That's the formula.
You also have narration.
Dialogue, right?
But The narration is different than dialogue.
Oh,
though.
narration is like the
Yeah, like it's
Narration
it's-
is Richard Dreyfuss and
Right.
Stand By
Yes,
Me.
right.
being
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
yeah,
never
yeah,
told
yeah,
the rest of the boys
yeah,
that I
right,
saw a deer that day.
right.
And that's usually the first thing to go when you do your mix and you make your stems for international release. The first thing that goes is,
Oh,
is
sure, right.
narration.
Like, why would you need that? Yeah.
Sometimes the dialogue will stay and you'll get what do you call them, captions?
Right.
Oh,
Closed captions,
subtitles, yeah.
subtitles. You get subtitles, but the narration just goes.
Right. Then the
Yeah.
sync, that's one place the sync does not matter. It
Yep,
doesn't matter anymore.
You can all be in Spanish.
We're talking about film now, but I think this is true for TV, obviously. I mean, I've mentioned
Yeah.
Law and Order and all that. And radio to a certain extent, absolutely.
Yep.
And you can even do it in commercials, even though it's just 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Like the principles still apply. Sometimes it's more on a shoestring, but you do need the ambience in order to have it really sound good and win your Clio Award for you. Yeah, so really whatever genre you are doing this for, even I guess in music production, right? Like you might need just a few seconds at the beginning or end of a track of like birdsong or something to put you in the jungle or somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, that would happen less often, but it's there's really no arm of the audio industry where you wouldn't learn to use ambience, I think.
Yeah, for sure. But I got one word for you. Basically, it's budget.
Yeah.
It's budget. I mean, a film's budget's going to be larger than a television show's budget.
Absolutely.
Television show's budget's going to be larger than the radio show's
Yeah,
budget.
yeah.
A commercial. Sometimes commerals,
Is a
depending on
larger
what's
budget.
being
yeah.
advertised,
Yeah.
can have a fairly
Robust.
substantial budget.
Yeah.
But usually for the kind of stuff that Jim and I worked on for years and years and years, you were on a shoestring budget, so you end up doing more of your own work.
Yeah.
You know?
And they never really asked for ambience a lot. And when we did it, we just did that
Well, yeah,
because you need to do it.
that was in a different, it was a different time.
But I'm sure they
Yeah.
always praised you and were like,
yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
But
I didn't think to have
but-
a robin singing in that.
But most times they didn't come in as like, oh, we need to fill out the ambience. That's
Yeah,
something.
right.
That's
Yeah.
something we.
Yeah, right.
yeah, they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know that word. Yeah.
Right.
Well, generally, we were, in my case with MTV, I was building the soundtrack before they actually did the picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was in complete reverse.
Right.
That's cool.
Normally, nowadays I get stuff from cable stations, and all the dialogue is in place already.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're basically putting it together more like a film.
Right.
But for me, back then, I was like putting the dialogue together from people that were in the studio to begin with.
Right. Right.
So there's no need for ADR here.
Yeah.
Right. Which worked better, I thought. But
Well, it depends on what
it depends.
what you
yeah.
do. Yeah,
It's
Jim,
good to
it
know.
depends.
It's good to know both ways. Remember we
Thank
talked about
You
that.
have to know both ways.
Well, a lot of people don't. A lot of people just know that you shoot and then you fix the sound later.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Or you shoot. A lot of TikTok videos are you shoot.
Yeah.
And we're done.
Yeah.
So the sound
Put
designer
5
becomes the
seconds of
fixer.
a pop song behind
Right.
it. Yeah.
So the sound designer becomes the fixer on some level, right? The fixer and then
Sometimes
the builder, yeah. of
Sometimes
ambience.
they're not needed at all nowadays.
More and more.
Now comes the sad sack portion of the program. When we reminisce about the glory days gone by.
Yes, and send out a warning to anyone trying to get into the business.
Now.
Yeah, right. You will have to be a waiter.
You're going to regret this.
All right. Let's
no,
try to
it's
keep
great.
this up, right? I mean,
That's okay. I'll cut that part out.
Okay.
Just,
Yeah, don't do it.
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Remember what your mom said? Be a priest. Be a lawyer.
a priest. So much more money in the clergy.
I've actually known nuns.
Me
Actually
too.
known- yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I recorded chant CDs with nuns.
Oh, that's
Remember?
right. Yeah, you did
And
that.
it was like having 30 moms. It was great.
Yeah, yeah.
Aw.
They were really sweet.
I bet.
Except I couldn't go in the cloistered part because I was a male, but Karen could.
I could go in, yeah. But they were also really super educated too. It was like one was a brain surgeon. You're like,
One dated
neurosurgeon,
Elvis.
Yeah. Yeah.
One was in an Elvis movie.
Really?
Yeah, there was an Oscar-nominated short
called God is the Bigger Elvis, and it was all about the actress Dolores Hart. She was pretty popular, I guess, in the 50s and 60s, and it was about her relationship with Elvis. I don't think they ever went out. I think he asked her out and she declined, but they remain lifelong friends regardless.
She has a watch that Elvis gave her. And
That is so wonderful.
And
She became a cloistered nun. That's
After
pretty
that.
hardcore.
what was the name of the movie with Elvis and Dolores Hart?
Dolores Hart was in 2 movies with Elvis in the 50s, Loving You and King Creole.
Oh, I've seen King Creole.
Yeah, King
What a
Creole.
great one.
Yeah.
When my friends and I were staying at an Airbnb in New Orleans and there was a hurricane coming, we, were under house arrest or whatever they call it. What do they call it?
We were under house arrest.
Like,
Wow, what a vacation.
yeah, they don't.
Wearing the cuffs.
There's an advisory to keep everyone indoors because
Right.
it's unsafe otherwise. Like, there was a DVD of King Creole in the person's apartment, so we just watched that, and that was like part of our vacation.
Better than a puzzle, probably.
Yeah, how many
Much
times?
better.
How many times did you watch it?
Well, there were others too, but that was our
funny.
favorite. Anyway.
All right, so we digressed
Yes.
a lot.
That was a good digression. But yeah, ambiances can do so much, and I wonder if we can just think of all the different things they can do. And also, I wanted to mention Tom from the previous episode. He talked so much about what music can do, and this obviously, as you said earlier, John, like it's a totally different mixing console than the ambience. You wouldn't call music part of the ambience.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a different bus in the stuff that I've been working on.
Right, exactly.
It'd be a different bus in Pro Tools, but bus being a group.
Yeah.
You're grouping everything to a master bus.
But just as music can make things sound light, or they can make things sound scary, they can make things sound, whatever emotion you want to pick. Ambience can do the same thing.
Now, music can be part of the ambience.
Yep.
That's diegetic and non-diegetic.
Yep.
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
so
Yes.
if
That's a really good
yeah, if-
asterisk. Yeah.
So if it's diegetic music, it means it's in the scene,
Right.
and it becomes part of the ambience.
If, for example, you're in like a rock and roll diner and you want to make sure that Rock Around the Clock is playing at the jukebox.
right. Yeah.
That is a very important part.
Yeah.
But the music that the composer would do for the score is not part of the ambience.
No, yeah,
it wouldn't
no.
be considered that.
That's music.
Right.
Right.
Scored music.
And now, a word from Parp Donk.
The Parp Donk Arena presents
Doppler.
with special guests Stinky Dump Truck. Get ready for the majesty.
Doppler.
Get ready for the stink.
Are you ready? I can't hear you! Right then, here it comes!
The Royal Garbage Tour rolls into the Parp Donk Arena. Tickets on sale now. The Parp Donk Arena will sell you the entire seat, but you'll only use the edge.
But we said already it can change the time of day. It can make things sound more urgent in the case of the sirens and fire trucks and all that.
Think about The Godfather. The Coppola movie.
always thinking of
yeah, me too.
About the Godfather.
I can't help it. Whenever I try to not think of it, they bring me screaming back in. No, the scene in the diner, I guess, in the restaurant, where Mike is getting ready to shoot the chief of police and the other mob boss, and the what's going on in the background in that. There's that train that keeps getting louder and louder and louder, and it's like the screeching of the brakes, and you're hearing, it's like,
Right.
and it all leads up. They find, the point where he stands up and he just shoots them both in the head. That it lends itself to just making everything tenser and tenser and tenser.
Absolutely.
It's dynamic.
Yeah, very dynamic.
Another one I
can
can think of is the something of the mind, the sunshine,
Eternal sunshine of the spotless mind.
Yeah, there's a sequence in a house that's in a flood, and the house is, I guess, his mind. It's the allegory would be it's his mind, and it's just flashbacks to another time, but there's water filling up the rooms, and things are starting to fall apart, and the house is like breaking up, and so that's all going on in the background. Just total chaos going on in the background as this storm is approaching.
You actually made me think of something else too. You can change the weather with ambience.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
You can, in that way, you can use ambience at times to forecast things that are coming. So there's sound that happens before the next scene.
Right, and they use that in visuals too sometimes. It's like kind of a dovetail where you can see it scene, a new scene, but you still hear in the old scene.
Yeah.
And you're using the same thing, but you're doing it with sound.
Yeah. You're forecasting what's coming using the sound of what's going to be in the next scene, or what was carrying over what was there before.
It makes it much slicker, I think.
Yeah, it really moves the plot along.
Yeah. So.
Very cool. So when you are building an ambience, how many elements do you typically use? Is it just
as many as you need?
As many as you need.
Yeah. It depends on what you're trying to match or create. So
As sound designers, would you guys ever not have ambiance in a piece of film or anything for an effect, like to just have a void or anything? I mean,
if it's a narrator by himself, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's a studio recording at that point.
Yeah.
Which would be a narrator.
Yeah.
I guess certain surreal. But again, you're going to build some kind of a surreal atmosphere for them to be in,
So it can still be room tone kind of thing.
Yeah.
So not that much, really,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Do you both or either have particular favorite productions that you worked on where you built the ambience?
I mean,
horrors.
Yeah.
Horrors.
Hot horrors. It's like
yeah, that's
great
all
example
ambience.
of it, yeah.
I mean, ambience is important, but I don't think anyone gets an award for ambience.
I know. I mean, it's sort of an unsung hero of the.
I know, but it's like you think of all the ambiences I've ever made. I'm like, I've made so many.
What's the movie? Barry Lyndon.
You worked on that?
But no, I didn't work on that. But I'm saying Barry Lyndon, I think, won an award for
their sound design.
The historical ambience. Yeah,
that's cool.
Historical ambience. Yeah. Okay.
That's cool.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
There was a Blue Sky post not long ago where the prompt was, "Hey everyone, what's your favorite movie about a guy who sucks?" And people were, saying various things. And Barry Lyndon was the first thing I thought of. And I didn't post it, but I scrolled down just to make sure somebody said it.
I have a Hothead Horror ambience here if you want to hear it that I built.
Yeah.
So this is, like you said, most Hothead Horrors, the whole thing is ambience. This is from Mycelium. The world is wiped out. The world is a greenhouse for aliens, for another species. And every billions of years, they'll harvest and everything gets wiped out.
Ew.
But there's one caretaker who keeps seeing the world get reborn again. And so, because we think that our history is from when dinosaurs and stuff, but that's happened many times. That's the premise of this whole thing. Mm-hmm. So this is after the world is wiped out, and now the world is beginning to grow again from the tiniest things.
And so for people who may not know, Hothead Horrors is Jim's podcast project where he tells horror stories. And it's very good.
Yeah. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So this is the first sounds of, I like peepers too.
Oh, it's so good.
So this is how the Earth...
The Earth is coming back to life.
Millions of years, but compressed into...
Ah, so good.
Just a few moments, right?
Ah, here comes an animal.
Oh, and I do add some music. Well, just a bed.
Mm-hmm. But that was so long without music. That's longer than most people are used to not hearing music.
And we'll hear dinosaur. And we'll hear humans. They're coming back.
They sound very evil.
And that's when he realizes he has to do it all again. Well, that the world is going to grow again, he's going to have to do it all again.
Okay, and so for our final trick during this exciting episode about ambience, we're going to demonstrate what ambience can do. So you're going to hear our voices in various fictional places saying the exact same thing.
Where are we now?
I've never been anywhere like this.
What is this place?
I like it.
Yeah, what is that over there?
I've never seen anything like that.
Where are we now?
I've never been anywhere like this.
What is this place?
I like it.
Yeah, what is that over there?
I've never seen anything like that.
Where are we now?
I've never been anywhere like this.
What is this place?
I like it.
Yeah, what is that over there?
I've never seen anything like that.
So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed our foray into many different environments here on Parp Donk. My favorite was the carnival. I don't know about you guys.
I was a little frightened.
But thank you so much for joining us as always. And I can't believe we're 15 episodes in. We are really very accomplished by now.
Yes, I guess that's
In
the
some
word.
worlds.
I'm sure you've noticed, all 30 of you.
So saying goodbye from Parp Donk headquarters, I'm Amanda.
I'm Jim.
I'm Karen.
And I'm John.
Thank you very much.
So long.
Bye.
We're waving.
Remember to pick up some Parp Donk merch at parpdonk.com.